African Languages, Communication, and Philosophy sponsors this annual lecture in honor and recognition of the works of Ralph Waldo Ellison, a novelist, a literary scholar, a critic, and also Tuskegee's most illustrious alumnus of the 20th century. And we want to recognize, as I said, his achievements and contributions to American literature and culture. These lectures are also meant to invoke that intellectual curiosity, that creativity that exemplified the life of Ellison. What we normally do is that we select lecturers from all over the country. Some of them are scholars, writers, artists, who will come and encourage our students to also think deeply and critically about some of the significant issues of our times, whether they are intellectual, whether they are aesthetic, social, political. We want our students also to engage in that ongoing conversation with some of these critical issues of our times. The list of lecturers have included Albert Murray, Cornel West, Trudia Harris, Deborah McDowell, and Natasha Threatway. And today we are going to add another name to this illustrious list of lecturers. And so we welcome you, and we hope that you will listen intently to Professor Randall Horton. Our student, Marcella Whitehead, a junior English major, will read a biographical sketch of Ralph Ellison, and then it will be followed by a musical selection from the Tuskegee University Golden Voices Choir. I want to thank Dr. Baer and the choir for joining us. So enjoy the lecture, and then we'll proceed with things as printed on the program. Thank you very much for coming.
Good afternoon. I'm Marcella Whitehead, a junior English major. Here we go. Ralph Waldo Ellison was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on March 1st, 1914 to Louis Alfred Ellison and Ida Rousseau. At the age of 3, Ellison's father died from a work-related accident. Thus, his mother became a single mother raising 2 sons. Ellison loved music. He played the cornet when he was 8 years old and played the trumpet at Frederick Douglass School. By the time Ellison was 19, he enrolled at Tuskegee Institute, now Tuskegee University, where he studied music up until his junior year. After his junior year, he ventured to New York to pay for his senior expenses, but due to the Great Depression, he did not return. Eventually, Ellison landed a job doing research and writing in the New York Writers Program. Along with his job, he took the opportunity to write essays and short stories for the New Masses, the Negro Quarterly, the New Republic, Saturday Review, and others. Once World War II broke out, Ellison made the decision to join the U.S. Merchant Marine as a cook. During this time, he began thinking about writing a novel. He would go on to write his most famous novel, Invisible Man, directly after his departure from the military. Invisible Man appeared in 1952 and was on the bestseller list for 16 consecutive weeks in 1953. The following year, the novel won the National Book Award, and Ralph Ellison, An American Journey, and Seidlitz notes the Ellison's Invisible Man in 2 collections of essays were transformative in our thinking of race, identity, and what it means to be an American. Ellison's critically acclaimed Invisible Man was the foundation for his literary career. From 1955 through 1957, he traveled through Europe, spent time in Rome working with a fellow of the American Academy. Afterwards, he returned to the States to teach some of the top prestigious colleges and universities, Young University, the College of Chicago, to name a few. After publishing The Invisible Man, he went on to publish A Shadow and Act in 1965. This book was a collection of essays on his wide range of interests, including music, classical and jazz, sports, theater, and photography. Going to the Territory was his next publication, a collection of essays, lectures, criticisms, which was published in 1986. Years and years went by as Ellison worked on his second long piece of fiction. This work was never completed, but it was published posthumously in 1995 as Juneteenth. Ellison died on April 16, 1994. Thank you.
Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. The big will run right there, the grace of God, a wheel, a wheel, way up in the middle of the air. The birds are flying along the cross, way in the middle of the air. Your foot might slip and your soul get lost, way in the middle of the air. Oh, Satan wears a club with you, way in the middle of the air. If you don't mind, he'll submit on you, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. The big will run by faith, and the little will run by the grace of God. A wheel and a wheel, way in the middle of the air. Some go to church for the sing and shout. Some go to church for the sing and shout. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Before 6 months, days all turned out. Way in the middle of the air.
We want to thank the choir again for this rendition. Thank you very much. I'll now call on Wesley Jean-Pierre, first year English major and a Hurston Ellison Murray emissary like Marcella to come and give us an introduction to our speaker. Wesley.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am Wesley Jean-Pierre, a first-year English major, history minor from the historic village of Amityville, New York. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce Dr. Randall Horton, a Birmingham native who currently resides in East Harlem, New York. Our Ellison lecture for this afternoon. Dr. Horton is a Birmingham native, and we offer a special welcome to his father, a retired teacher who is with us in the audience today. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Horton currently resides in East Harlem with his wife and their family. He serves as an associate professor of English and creative writing at the University of New Haven in New Haven, Connecticut. He has a creative spirit, a passion for higher education, and a persistence for change. He attended the University of District Columbia, Chicago State University, and State University of New York at Albany, graduating with a bachelor's in English, a master's of fine arts and poetry, and a PhD in English and creative writing, respectively. Dr. Horton is a recipient of the Gwendolyn Brooks Poetry Award and the Bia Gonzalez Poetry Award. He received the National Endowment of the Arts Fellowship in Literature and the GLCA New Writers Award for creative nonfiction for his work, Hook, a memoir. Pitch Dark Anarchy, his latest collections of poetry, was published in 2013. His work reflects his social activism as he gives back to his community through his art and work, music and deed. He is on the advisory committee of PEN America's PEN Prison Writing Program and is poet in residence for Civil Rights Corps. Horton is a member of the Afro-Asian Poets and is a Cave Canem Fellow. He is also a member of the experimental performance band, Heroes Are Gangbangers, that recently received the American Book Award in oral literature for its tribute to the poet Etheridge Knight. Some of his poems I admire include Before the Beauty, or How Could You Forget, and Chicago, a historical and literary review. His poetry resonates with all members of society. However, he acknowledges the voices and the experiences of the oppressed, those invisible men and women among us, the underclass, the forgotten, and the disenfranchised. Dr. Horton is more than a humanist, rather a human rights activist, whose activism begins on page yet is transformed into action. His poem entitled A Reoccurring Nightmare in Maximum Security addresses the prison industrial complex and opens conversations about mass incarceration in African American communities. Our prison system has dehumanized millions of American lives, and Dr. Horton is fully aware. He's challenging the narrative through his lectures across the country and in the classroom, motivating his students to resist injustice and pursue a better, more just world. For Ralph Ellison reminded us in Invisible Man, life is to be lived, not controlled, and humanity is won by continuing to play in face of certain defeat. Please join me in welcoming poet, professor, and a new member of our Tuskegee University extended family, Dr. Randall Horton.